Chovy might end up taking an AD mid we don't typically see.
Oh, there we go, the Lucian. Now, it was actually when I was perusing Zeka's solo queue that I saw a bunch of Lucian that's being played in mid. We've seen it in solo queue and stuff like that a fair bit. Kind of cool. See it coming back.
With Gen G having the Senna Nautilus, having the Zyra, I think it's going to be very hard to actually reach those backline carries, which may cause some problems for them. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Really going to come down to them getting on those critical targets with their engage.
We'll see how it goes as we jump into the Rift for game number 1.
I forget the name of the skin, but it was the one, I'm pretty sure like paired, there was like a Trundle skin and a Malzahar skin that came out at the same time. Was that it? Was that the skin line?
You'd have to be more specific. Warden. I hated Warden.
Yeah, I think it was Worldbreaker. Yeah, that was one, because there was like Worldbreaker, Trundle, Worldbreaker.
Oh yeah, like the totemic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Throne of the Four Winds. I like that one. Sorry, different game. As Canyon walks over a ward, Hollow and Envy not going to be caught out by the Zyra doing some funny business. And I think they're still going to look for a dive. So let's see whether the Stranglethorns are going to land or not the Stranglethorns, because that's the ultimate. That is going to be a decent little crash down there as Lahen's just dead. Envy will be the trade kill as Pays getting a soul back, but it's not exactly going the best. The flash from Polish Shattering Strike is glorious.
And now they're looking to potentially threaten with their jungler.
All right, it's a bit of a cavalry assault here as Lahen's in a bit of trouble. Does get the snare onto Youngjae here as the tanking not going to last too much longer there from Polo. Piercing Darkness coming in. Final grub to be taken here from Canyon, but I don't think he's going to be able to get towards this bottom side river. Although it's not 14 minutes just yet as Chovy going aggressive. There's the flash in from Youngjae and Chovy put in prison and taken down by the bro jungler. This time around, certainly working out for them. As we check this out one more time, Chovy dashing in, and that was his demise.
Yeah, good bait there from Karis. Steps up.
Might even be able to wait for the next one. We'll see.
I mean, I feel like there's such a big spike in the Zyra. It's actually hard to fight them between the turrets.
Yeah, well, in they go. Lahen's finding a huge angle. The Dawning Shadow is glorious. Hook was set up by the Stranglethorns. But Karis is making his way over. The Killer Instinct gets Envy in there. Canyon still standing his ground, but he doesn't find the Grasping Roots, and now Chovy just culls down Youngjae. That's going to be the kill there under the inner turret.
Definitely a lot better picking up those 6 grubs than it used to be. Like, the damage you get from the dot is...
As the Infernal Dragon being considered now for Gen G. Have a fair bit of control, but now Youngjae looking for an opportunity. Nice Shattering Strike. The Magnet Storm's just as good, but the Stranglethorn's under 4. Dawning Shadow as well, and Keen's even going to survive. Oh man, if that ain't gonna work, what does Polu need to do? Oh no, Grasping Roots not gonna quite find the mark there, but they still get the flash out of Youngjae. Just going to Lawnmower his way over, and Morgan is taking a little bit of damage here. Does manage to negate the Impale, goes all out, but the tanky Skarner is able to survive, and he's got a center there for the backup. Great flash to get out of the way of the hook. No.
With this swarm of grubs,
it's a lot of grubs.
It's going to be another with this charge. They might just be able to take this.
My goodness, and they even managed to land the root as well, Envy.
One of the carries for Gen G, you're going to need either Karis or Envy to connect. It's not enough for the...
Grasping Roots is going to connect. Karis is dead. He is really dead.
Very, very dead.
Yeah, big time dead. Lahen's, I think, even missed out on an assist. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. Just trying to set up some sort of desperate defense as Polo's going to get engaged on. Sometimes we'd say that that's a bad idea as Youngjae does manage to find the ulti, but it's onto Lahen's. Morgan gets the double knockback, though. The all-out is... It's just too little, and it is just too late. It could have been a cool play, as there's the Magnet Storm on to nothing. And Morgan, he will turn up, but it might just be a graveyard, as it's a double kill for Chovy to start this one off. The plants have stopped Morgan's approach entirely. And Chovy grabs the triple. He'll also grab himself an inhibitor. It's not enough to take away Canyon's POG, I don't think, but they might be able to get Chovy a pentakill if Envy and Youngjae can get coaxed down, and instead it's Canyon. The easiest champion to kill steal on is Zyra, and Canyon is going to deny that one. Make sure that we all know who is deserving of the player of the game. And Gen G, I don't think their winning streak is going to be stopped here. As game one, looking pretty comfortable. Like, this is a regular carry. We have so many people complain, like, oh, why do you put X amazing player on center duty? It doesn't do anything. Well, maybe this...
Yeah.
I think he really wanted to have a bit more fun, and I think for Keen, Skarner is a bit more fun, but unfortunately, they do prioritize the victory.
The coach would have just said Skarner Cassante, and he'll be like, what about... No. Skarner.
What about Garen? No, not Garen. Yeah, and this is like the most obvious thing in the world, right?
Yep. I mean, the thing is, there's so many long-range... Like, if you have the power of the Ornn ult, the Senna ult, and the Karthus ult, there's nowhere really... Like, you have to be so far away to be safe from all that damage.
Yeah, I think you need to be in the death chamber to be safe from Karthus damage, right? Stand up to it. But then the nameplates go back on again, and it's kind of doomed. Let's jump into game number 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, they banned... A lot of mid laners were banned. You know, Corki got left open, but more of an issue is that Chovy got left open, and I think should have banned Chovy.
This is what we were talking about before. It's like you can deny the Corkis and things like that. Unfortunately, he's still Chovy. AP jungler, as Hook going to connect once again, manages to find Pays, who flashes immediately, and now it's Lehens that's taking a lot of damage. Piercing Darkness is decent here. As Envy dealing with the small rock that lands in front of him.
It's like the cost of failing a play.
Oh, Chovy taking a lot of damage here as Karis pushing those Sand Soldiers forward. Has another Arise. I mean, regardless, he gets a Dark Harvest stack, right? So it's a win.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a loss as such, but I feel like you'd want to get a kill, you know.
Canyon turns up, makes it a bit more interesting. Speaking of interrupted. They get the flash out of Envy, but he's not out of the woods just yet. The Ignite goes down. Polu will turn up, and they'll leave the kill for the Karthus. When we can get towards Karthus Laura's. Okay, Chovy going in, and Keen. Oh dear. Yep.
CC comes through.
맛있네.
Yep. Chovy. The walk strategy. Once again, as Envy gets out-traded, and Chovy's now underneath the turret. They do manage to take it down here as the Ram comes in. Requiem comes down! He did not want to kill Envy. That's not important. He wanted to make sure he got those stacks lined up. As there is a Rift Herald taken by Young Jay. He's going to look to flash away, and Keen says, no. He is just going to wipe him off the Rift. Almost literally there with the animation, as now through the wall. Look at the cool moves that this Skarner has.
He's just launching rocks at him. Look at this damage. He's a tank.
And now Lehens, he's a tank as well. Isn't that cool? Skittles abound, and that's another one. And Young Jay gonna look to try and answer it. Gets the smite down. Chovy now trying to kite this one out. Does so beautifully. And Karis, he's tanking minions, but they do manage to get the kill. Karis with his Sun Disc will be able to keep himself alive. Oh, Piercing Darkness almost long enough there, but they still want to find him. Oh dear, exactly right. They get the knock up there as Polu going to be taken down. He wanted to try and stop that recall. Man, that was really cool. Oh dear. Okay, in goes Keen. The Lawnmower gets aggressive. Finds Karis, but the Empress Divide is there. Manages to land onto 2. He will fall down as the Dawning Shadow comes in. And there is the Requiem, and the dream is a nightmare here for Bro, unfortunately. Lehens looking for it. Keen just, look at him. He's just having fun, having good times. Flash comes out from Morgan. He'll get slowed down. He is Cassante. He is pretty powerful, but he is still really dead. He's getting pushed away, but there is the Ram. X-Gate going to come on through there. It is a flash in from Young Jay, unable to land the smite though, as now Envy's throwing down the ultimate. Pays already flashes away, but Karis is in there, finds a 2-man ulti, but gets turned on in an instant. A blink of an eye, and he is dead. And yes, he killed the 80 carry, but they have another one! And that is going to be an explosion as Polu is rammed into the wall. The double kill comes through from Canyon, who is pretty quick smart as well.
Yeah, not sure there's that much they can do to defend. Genji on force to try and end here though. With Envy respawning, they'll probably just back off. But the inhibitor definitely going down.
Yeah, Chovy really wanted to take the base gate to get himself out of there. Morgan realizes the error of his ways, walking too close to Gen G. Underneath the inhibitor turret they go, and they do not seem to phase. Still a flash is going to be invested here from Chovy, just to avoid dying to the turret and all of Bro. And Karis is making his way in. He doesn't have ulti, but we'll see whether he can take down Chovy. Chovy just keeping them at bay at the moment as it's a fight on multiple fronts. Pace is going to get in here once again, takes down the Azir, and now the Karthus is dead, but is that a good thing for Bro? Yes, it is, because the Requiem is on cooldown. And Pays moving on forward. I don't know about that one, Buddy-O. Yes, you're very strong. As Trophy's like, well, I teleported back, keep him busy. And he stayed busy. And now Gen.G might just win the game off the back of that. It was all planned, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Bro, you try and find an angle before they reset, before they spend, while Chovey's low.
Oh, and also another meanwhile, Morgan is getting engaged on. Does flash out of the way here as the Requiem comes in. Don't think it's enough to kill Morgan, but Chovey's auto attacks and all that sort of stuff probably going to be so, as Gatling gun. There is the big one. That is going to connect. Also does a bit of extra damage to the rest of Bro as well. They have one Nexus turret left remaining. They're going to lose this inhibitor as well, as in goes Lehens. Just to say hi, I guess, because he didn't really do too much else. Keen going to play bodyguard also, and Gen.G, I think, just want to say goodbye to this series. This was not close, ladies and gentlemen. Gen.G really proving that they are the best of the best here in the LCK. Is Envy going to get snared? That means he's Dawning Shadow. That also means that Karis is knocked up into the sky and brutally destroyed. And Bro, on their fountains, there is going to be, at least a double kill coming through from Envy. Better Skittle. That's not the Skittle he wanted to eat. Canyon going to be able to grab a last kill there. And is it back-to-back POGs for Canyon? That was a pretty good Karthus performance. It's a toughie. So we have a look. Chovey does a lot of the boom boom.
He absolutely did. And I feel like as well for Gen.G, sometimes you have teams go for, a bit more finesse comps against weaker teams. And, if you mess up early game, maybe it gives them a chance. Gen.G are like, no, we're going to have so much scaling that even if some...
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Canyon and Lehens on the side of Gen.G, who continue their undefeated run by defeating OK Savings Bank Breon. Congratulations! Gen.G's performance is truly impressive. Without dropping a single game, you guys are on a 4-winning streak. How do you feel, Lehens? I think our gameplay was really good, which makes me feel good, and I just gotta focus on doing well and preparing for the next match. And Canyon, you were the only one without POG points, and you got your first summer POG today. How do you feel? It's been a while since I got my POG, which makes me happy, and I want to do even better next time. And since last match, you've shown some amazing Zyra gameplays, and in Game 1, you played jungle Zyra alongside mid Lucian. So what kind of synergy were you looking for? So, within the AD mid laner champions that you can play, Chovey is actually pretty proficient with Lucian, and I think that's why we went with that instead of trying to consider the synergy. So how was utilizing him on stage? I mean, mid was doing really well. Felt like everything was going well for him, so I just looked at bot lane. And Lehens, the analysts wanted to figure out why in Game 1, Senna bought Doran's Blade and then sold it. Was this just a part of the plan? So I think he thought that reselling it would actually give him more value back, but I think it was just, maybe he did have it as a part of his plan. And since Zyra has a fast jungle clear and high damage, there's actually a split opinion between Zyra jungle being OP versus Canyon making it look good. So what are your thoughts? Personally, I think Zyra jungle is actually really good. So I'm sure that it's a split opinion. I'm sure other teams may think differently, but I personally think it's a really good pick. And Helios, it seems like he thinks that Canyon makes Zyra look really good as jungle. And in Game 1, Gen.G has reset the fastest summer game record, and then again in Game 2 at 24 minutes and 10 seconds. So how did you guys make it happen? It's not just one person who makes it happen, but I think every teammates being able to win lane and just kind of blow up the game actually contributed to that, I guess. In Game 2, the opponent banned Zyra, Nidalee, and Brand, denying 3 AP jungles against you, Canyon. So what was the draft process like? Yeah, by the time I had to pick my champion, there are a lot of bans for my in my pool. And just considering all my options, Karthus just looked like the best choice. And with the early laning going well, you went for a full jungle clear. So what was your read on the game? I just said, since I have Karthus, I guess I have to scale well, but then I saw that there was an opportunity to steal a kill in the bot lane, so I just ulted and it was a delicious kill. And caster Cloud Templar even mentioned that jungle is royalty. What allowed Karthus to play a happy game of League was actually Lehan's born gameplay. Yeah, so Karthus was having such a good game today. He was having so much fun. I want to join him next time and have fun as well. And another milestone to celebrate is that King is the first top laner to reach 3,000 assists. Would you like to say anything? Canyon first? King, congratulations on 3,000 assists. I hope that you can play and keep playing in your pro career for a very long time and even get more assists. And Leon, honestly, not much to say other than, you know, maybe until we go into military. Let's not talk about that. I hope that you have a great, successful career ahead of you. And your next opponent will be Hanwha Life Esports. Would you like to say a word of resolution? Our next match next week is against Hanwha Life Esports. Want to make sure that we utilize the remaining time to practice well and be prepared. And Lehan, yeah, our next opponent is a very strong team. We want to make sure that we don't let our guard down and make our fans proud. And that's the end of the interview with Canyon and Lehan of Genji and Back to the Space. Thank you.